3. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming back and listening to the How You Doing podcast. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, Willie?
I'm living the dream, pal. Glad to be back.
Glad to be back. That's awesome. I'm glad to have you back. Thanks for coming back.
Yeah, no problem.
Short notice. You didn't even know we were gonna do the podcast today.
Yeah, no, but I'm always down. It's a good time. I had a great time last time.
It was fun. It was fun. So my coworker David and my co-host is working, so he's not here today. I feel like that might be a little bit of a recurring theme with our schedules right now. So eventually he'll be coming back to do it all the time. So thanks for coming back, listening, liking, subscribing. Subscribing only takes a little bit. Please subscribe. If you don't subscribe, like, I ain't gonna threaten you. Like, this makes me very sad. Like you just subscribe. It takes 5 seconds, and like, you know, if you don't subscribe, I'm a KMS, and I love life, bro.
Every time you don't subscribe, a puppy dies.
And my heart. But, okay. So like, right, you can't really see it, but like, we moved some stuff around. I had to move my mini bar. I felt like we're a little compact, but like, it's only 2 of us today, so it'll be. You can't see it, but like, it'll work out. And we're gonna eventually get some shit to detail the podcast area. But all right, Willie, it's your episode again. What you got for me, man? What happened within the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks since you've been off?
Oh, you know, my life's been real exciting the last 2 weeks. Went to the fair. That was fun.
The fair is so, yeah.
I went to the fair with a bunch of friends. That was a good time.
Hell yeah.
They got a weed tent at the fair now.
No fucking way.
Oh, yeah. You can't get drunk at the fair, but you can get high.
No way.
Yeah, it's dope.
For real?
Yeah, I bought a bunch of, like, cans of drinkable THC.
So like
and they tasted fucking awesome. I wish I had the place's business card so I could plug them, but
damn, I went to the fair only once, and like pretty much I just ate a lot of food. I'm not a big fan of rides.
Oh yeah, I don't go on the rides. I go to eat and get high.
That's
pretty much it.
I go to eat, play games, and like see some shows.
There you go. You play the games? What games you play?
Not the bottle one, because that one's fucking...
Well, that's rigged. Yeah, for sure.
Or you gotta, like, practice it all the fucking time.
And ain't nobody got time for that.
I kind of, like, I play the basketball one. I know the one where you're, like, shooting at the star, trying to get it, like, completely out. That one's kind of... That was pretty much rigged.
That one's pretty rigged, too.
Yeah.
But that one's fun.
Yeah, that one's
I like
fun.
That one.
Just like, you know, winning a goldfish with the ping pong ball.
Oh, there you go. You remember the one they had? It was like roulette. You put a bunch of dimes on a color.
Yeah.
I fucking missed that game. I wish they brought that one back.
They got rid of it?
Yeah, dude. It hasn't been there since before COVID, I think.
Damn. I don't know.
That one was dope. That was my favorite one to play as a kid.
There's also the one where, like, you throw a baseball.
Oh, that one's good.
And you gotta try to, like, I don't know, you gotta do it faster or match the one, like, you know, your...
I think it's just speed. Top speed. I don't know.
And then you always even that little inflatable...
Oh, hell yeah. The little baseball bat, yeah.
But shit, alright, enough about the fair. Let's talk about something that is at the fair, actually. Why was this in high school when we would go to the fair? These girls be dressing like not sluts. No, don't get me wrong. Half their cheeks are out, and like their tits are out, and they're like 15, 16. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, I feel like that's a more common thing, because like we were talking about it before the podcast. 90% of our culture has to do with like sex. So these young kids are hearing every song played on the radio. It's about sex. And that just kind of conditions them to you know, want to...
I don't know. I feel like it's always been about sex. I mean, like, 50 Cent, I'll take you to the candy shop.
For sure.
I'll lick you like a lollipop. There's this song I can't remember what it's called. I don't know if you heard it. It's like, "Come girl, I want to get your pussy wet, work that. Let me see your tits sweat."
I've never heard that song in my life.
And it's like, come play with me, work that shit, come girl.
Okay, now that you say that, that sounds a little familiar.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, on some primal level, 99% of human beings still have that drive to procreate.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, we got some ASMR for you. Some background noise for you.
That sounds good.
Some white noise.
Man, people aren't going to stay awake for this podcast. They're going to hear
So
the rain noise and fall asleep.
They're going to have to put it back and then fall asleep halfway in there and put it back. And then 3 views per...
Hey. You're onto something here.
Going back, yes.
Yeah,
primal.
yeah.
Primal, sex.
Yeah.
Oh, me like titties.
So, like, the second you hit, puberty and whatever, you start to feel that drive.
Yeah.
And, so I think that has a good bit to do with why our culture is pretty sex-obsessed. But, on the other hand, I don't inherently think that's a bad thing. I think people should have a healthy relationship with sex.
If you want a cigarette, just go ahead and grab one, just letting you know. Like, I'm not
sure.
going to be like, oh, you got to ask every time.
Thanks, pal. I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, I have a whole fucking carton.
Oh, damn. That's the shit.
Well, I buy cartons because, like...
I was never that rich. I think I bought a carton once or twice.
No, I just buy cartons because, like, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm almost out, I'm on 3 left, I got to go to the gas station. Like, no. I'll buy a carton when I am out.
Oh, yeah. Like, my worst, I was smoking, like, a pack or 2 a day. Pack and a half a day. I'd go to the fucking gas station every other day to get a pack of cigarettes.
I feel like shit because, like, as you can tell, these aren't Newport 100s.
Oh, I was smoking Newport 100s.
I smoke Newport 100s. I accidentally bought just, the regular.
Shorts, yeah.
The shorts. So, the fact that I smoke one, I'm like, I haven't got my fill yet.
Yeah, no, I get you.
So then, like, I smoke another one, and then I'm like, okay, cool, I got my fill. If I was just smoking Newport, I'd go through, like, a pack every 2-3 days. Now I go through a pack, like, a day, because I'm smoking 2 just so I can get my fill. So it makes me feel like I'm
It's crazy how, as a society, we're so addicted to stuff.
Especially those.
Nicotine. Fuck, I've been hitting my vape since we started.
Even before that, you were hitting your nicotine, and I'm like, hey, bro, you want a cigarette? You're like, yes.
That's exactly my point. Like, everybody's addicted to something. And on a lot of levels, human beings are at least partially addicted to a lot of things.
Yeah.
Whether it be a person or...
Of course, yeah.
Drugs,
dude.
Whatever.
Addiction's a bitch.
And even, like, a lot of people, me included, will say they don't have an addictive personality. But you're still at least mildly addicted to something.
Yeah.
It could be anything,
Like, with cigarettes, I've learned that the addiction isn't, I need nicotine. Yes, like, if you go, like, 6 hours, you're going to need nicotine. It's more of a routine thing. Every time I get in the car, I'm like, I want to smoke a cigarette. Mm-hmm. Even after I just got done smoking a cigarette, and I already got my fill, I get in the car, and my body's like, you're in your car. You gotta smoke.
Yep.
You gotta smoke on the way, and you gotta smoke right before you get to where you gotta be.
Yep.
So it's like, oh shit. It's a thing in your brain. I learned this when I was in my I can't remember what. I think it was like my psych class. Like, it has to do with, like, the way your brain is. It's not just like your body craving what it is. It's the mentality of, like, See, David, I'm fucking smart. Piece of shit.
Got him.
David Ruffner. But I just don't use big words like he does. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I feel like that's the exact same thing with weed.
Mm-hmm.
People are addicted to weed.
Oh, you absolutely... You can get addicted to the feeling of being high.
Yeah.
100%.
If you smoke every day and you, you're addicted.
Mm-hmm.
You can microdose. Still an addiction.
Sure, yeah.
I can microdose me drinking a beer every 2 hours so I can feel that nice little tipsy. Still an addiction.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
How do you feel? Do you think that is this an addiction? Like, after work, I come home and I just start drinking some beers. Like, I don't get fucked up. I don't stumble. I'm not like, oh, fuck. I don't wake up hungover. I drink like 4 or 5 beers, listen to my podcast, play my game, smoke my cigarettes in my garage. I eat and I sleep. I go to sleep like around 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I wake up at 8:30 because I got to go to work. And I'm totally fine.
But you do it like every day?
Every day.
So I've heard, or I've read it somewhere, that like 80% of addiction is habit. So if you have the habit of coming home, drinking beer until you go to sleep, and doing it every single day, it's not necessarily an addiction, but you're pretty much there, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm sure you could come home and be like, you know what? I don't feel like drinking. And then you don't. So you're not necessarily addicted. Your body is not dependent on you coming home and getting fucking wasted, you know? But, once you create that habit, you're not too far away from the addiction.
Right.
So, like, when I first started smoking weed, I noticed I stopped shaking. I don't shake as much when I'm high. So that was my excuse a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I was still coming home and getting fucking high as hell every single day. I liked the feeling of it. I couldn't lie to you.
Yeah.
So, again, would I call it addiction? No. But I was in the habit of, all right, I'm home, now I gotta smoke a bowl. Just to loosen up, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, like, even when I'm on vacation, dude, like, when I went to visit my best friend Junior in Albuquerque, we'd be, like, drinking throughout, like, I'm on vacation. Let me fucking drink.
Right.
So, we're drinking and stuff, and then go to the bar. And even then, at the end of the day, I'm like, in my hotel room, I'm like, I need to play my game. I need to listen to a podcast, and I need to smoke a cigarette and drink a beer. So even if it's just one, because I don't want to be hungover the next morning,
right.
I'm just like, all right, cool. 1 beer, play my game. It's just like, it's a nice end of day thing for me.
No, I definitely get that. I still like to come home and smoke a bowl.
Yeah.
Just to relax a little bit, especially after a rough day. Again, I wouldn't call that addiction, but
it's borderline there.
It's pretty close.
It's pretty much fucking there, let's be honest. So am I addicted to alcohol? I'm at a healthy addiction, I guess. I don't wake up and I'm like, I gotta drink.
Yeah, you're not like slipping some whiskey into your coffee every morning just to fight off the shakes and withdrawal and whatever.
Yeah.
But still close to addiction.
Yeah. So like I used to be addicted.
Oh, same. I used to be an alcoholic so bad.
Same.
I was working 4 jobs. I'd work from about 8 a.m. to about 9:30 p.m. every single day of the week. But every single day when I got off, I'd meet my buddy at the bar.
Oh,
We'd get fucking hammered.
Oh, yeah.
I'd wake up, do it all the next day.
Do it.
Yeah, it was fun at the time, but I was working 4 jobs and had absolutely like no savings or anything to show for it.
Damn.
Because I was using all of that money to just go get fucked up every night.
I mean, you live and you learn, dude. Like, everybody goes through something, you know. I said this on one of my previous podcasts, but I'll say it again. I went through a phase where, like, I used to work at Applebee's, and I got fired from Applebee's. And, like, because of my drinking, I wasn't fucked up hammered there. I was just, like, I took a shot with a guest. And, like, somebody called me out on it. I know who you are now. I've known who you were.
Damn.
And personally, management doesn't care. They're not going to help you if you're technically stealing from the company.
Right.
So they fired me. They didn't want to send me to AA or whatever the fuck, like, you know, to help me out. They fired me. That put me on a downward spiral where it was my first job, and it was my job for 6 years. Like, first of all, I cried. I hugged my coworker, Darla. I hugged her. I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm coming back to work here anymore. Even after they were, like, pretty much getting me to management status, I was almost there. I was almost there. But, like, I would, like, you ever seen Lucifer?
Yeah.
You know how they drink, like, a shot, like, almost every scene?
Oh, yeah. The second he walks into the bar, he...
Detective!
Some whiskey.
Yeah. Every time they would take a shot, I'd take a shot.
Yeah.
Of some McCormick's whiskey, $10 bottle.
So some cheap shit.
Cheap shit, and I'd be drinking it, and I would chase it with whatever, dude. I would chase it with Mountain Dew. I would chase it with orange juice. I would chase it with Coca-Cola.
You know they made Mountain Dew to be a mixer?
It's not the worst.
You know, like that was its whole intended purpose when they first made it. It was to be a mixer for whiskey.
Mountain Dew is a slang term for moonshine.
Yep, that's exactly where they got it.
Yep.
Back to your earlier point, though, like you made that one mistake, and it defined your whole 6 years there. Yeah. And I don't think that's necessarily right. That's the issue I have with a lot of society these days, is somebody can make a mistake, and they are judged solely off of that mistake for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've known you a long time. You're a good dude. And Applebee's knew you a long time, and they still defined all of that hard work. You were almost a manager, so they obviously saw something that, all right, we're going to get this guy. He brings value to our company, so we're going to promote him.
People would come to Applebee's just to be me. They'd be like, hey, I see Roman.
Right. Whenever I went to Applebee's, I was like, man, I hope Roman's my waiter, you know, because I knew you were
do my shit.
You were going to do your shit, exactly.
I do it good.
Yeah. And the fact that they just let that go is pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it was very fucked up. So, like, I would be drinking, like, some McCormick's and stuff. I would purposely leave, like, at least 5 shots worth for the next day. So that I would wake up hungover, dude. And I would just, like, all right, let me take a shot. I throw it up. I'm like, let me take another shot. I throw it up. I'm like, let me take another one. And I'm like, not throwing it up. Oh, my body's accepting it. Cool. Wait like 20 minutes. Let me take another one. Alright, I'm feeling good. No hangover. Let me go drive really quick to buy another $10 bottle. That was my routine. Just like drinking a fucking bottle this big of fucking whiskey McCormick's for 2-3 months. Yeah,
it's crazy. Like, I worked at a bar and a bowling alley, and I never drank on the clock. But after the second I got off, you best believe I'd sit my ass on the other side of that bar and get fucked up. So, like, It's just hard to break those habits once you're in them.
Yeah.
Until you recognize that, like, all right, I gotta chill out. You know.
Yeah, there's it's a live and learn thing. But let me ask you this. We talked about it a little bit before, but I want to go more in detail. Do you personally believe that when you are intoxicated, that is Willie? Is that you?
On some level, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, of course.
But by no means, no. Like, if I'm drunk, I'm gonna say and do some stupid shit.
Same.
Some of that stupid shit I might do stone cold sober. But I'm a clown. I'm a goofy guy.
So am I.
Just in general.
I'm a goofy.
So I'm gonna do a lot of goofy shit when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
And so, like, no, I wouldn't say everything I've done drunk, I woke up the next morning and was like, oh yeah, I'm so glad I, jumped off my roof. Like, drunk people do stupid shit. And a drunk person could be entirely different from how a person is sober.
Yeah.
That
makes sense.
Like, yeah, dude, I've done a lot of dumb shit drunk. Like, I was at a bar once. I was already fucking hammered. We were playing bags outside. And we needed a fourth person. And this random dude walked up, like, I'll play. And I was drunk, having a good time, getting rowdy. And I was, like, slapping this dude on the fucking back. Not, like, being an asshole or trying to be aggressive, but I was just, like, that's just what I was, like, slapping this dude. And I was, like, I woke up the next morning, I was, like, I was slapping that dude hard as shit. I'm lucky I didn't get my fucking face punched in, If you're out there, guy, I'm sorry. But, like, it's not something I would have even remotely thought of doing sober.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember one time I went to Buchanan's pub.
That's where I was.
There's a chance I might know him. Because I was a regular.
I haven't seen him since. I'd apologize to him if I saw him instead.
I was a regular there, and So there's these girls that were playing pool.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to play pool, so I'm like, hey, like, is it okay if I join you? Like, we could play teams. I think I know her. I think I know her from high school, but I don't remember. It's kind of weird, but so we're playing, having a good time. I'm making them laugh, being the goofball that I am, and I'm like, hey, let's like, do you want to come back to my house? Like, we could play Mario Party. I have a Nintendo 64.
Hell yeah.
They're like, yeah, that sounds like a great time.
Yeah.
So then I give them my address, and I leave. And then, like, they're like, we're here. I'm like, all right, cool. So then, like, I take them downstairs, and I swear my Nintendo 64 was where I left it, but I could not find the remotes.
Shit. I've been there.
So I'm like, shit. Let's watch some YouTube videos. And they're like, oh, okay.
I really wanted to play some fucking Mario Party, though, right?
They
they were on that Mario Party shit.
Yeah, and so I put on some Team 4-Star, Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
I love that shit.
I put on the movie of Bardock when he went back in time.
Okay.
It was the first Super Saiyan.
What's your favorite line from DBZ Abridged?
I don't know. There's so many good ones. I guess mine would be like, and that one's still green.
Okay.
When Cell was making the arena.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
No, I know it. It was right after Cell announced the Cell games.
Uh-huh.
And Master Roshi changes it to some fucking hentai. Like, Master Roshi, what the hell? He's like, he said 1 week, goddammit, I'm using it.
Mine was, I need an adult. I am an adult.
Yeah,
that was my favorite one. I don't know why. That shit always fucking makes me laugh. I still say that shit today.
There's one that's like, oh, you think you're cute. And he's like, bitch, I'm adorable. That's a good one.
Anyway, sorry. My
Yeah,
bad.
little Dragon DBZ bridge shit. So I'm putting that on, and they're just like kind of, that's funny, and like I started talking about Big Mouth,
Okay.
and you know Lola.
I never watched that show. That show creeped me out.
I started talking like Lola
Oh, God.
for like 10 minutes straight.
Oof. That's rough.
I was so drunk.
That's rough.
I'm like, can you massage my back? And she massaged my back because she was like, she was doing studies on
Massage therapy.
She was in college to be like not chiropractor, but like, massage therapy and stuff. And like, when she was massaging my back and she got to a spot, I'm like, oh, that feels good.
How to turn a girl off in 2 fucking seconds.
Oh man, yeah. Let's say I had 3 girls at my house, and I did not sleep with one of them.
That's
But it's a fun story to tell now.
Oh yeah, I love shit like that.
It's great.
I'm always gonna go for the joke.
It's.
I don't care
good.
what it costs me. I'm always gonna go for the joke.
So if you end up listening to this podcast, I'm sorry. That wasn't Roman. That was Lola.
Seems like we're just apologizing to people we fucking met while drunk.
But you want to talk about relationships for a little
bit? Yeah.
Let's get into it. Let's talk about some. Well, first you said physical, abuse relationships. Never got into that. Thankfully, guys could be physically abused.
Oh, absolutely, and like it goes beyond physical abuse.
Emotional.
I'm not to try and sound hard or anything. I'm a pretty tough guy. Like I can take a fair amount of pain. It was like going through the mental and emotional abuse that was really, really hard. And as a guy, it took me a long time to like come to terms with that.
Yeah.
Like I was in an abusive relationship, and it's to this day feels weird saying that.
So I'm pretty sure you would be able to take her on. Is it like you just didn't want to hit a girl?
She was much smaller than me. It was just through the rose-colored lenses or whatever have you. Like she'd burn me with cigarettes and stuff. Oof. And I was just like, oh, it's fine.
It's her playing around.
Yeah. And then I let things go, and then whatever. And then the day we broke up, she like got in my face and tried to hit me. And I just left. I was like, I'm not taking this. But that was like when I was like, oh shit, she's trying to fucking hit me.
Yeah. I never been in a abusive relationship. I've been in an emotionally abusive relationship.
That's still abuse, my guy.
Like
not everybody goes through all 3. I did, but like not everybody. You can have one, you can have the other. You can have a mix and match type deal.
But okay, so pretty much I fucked it up at first. I fucked it up because I cheated. Boo! Roman, you fucking suck. And yeah, I suck ass for that. Like, don't get me wrong. I regret it. I was blacked out drunk. Not saying that makes it okay.
Sure.
But like, remember the day that it was like the coldest day of the year?
That like -50 day?
Where like, if you were out for like 10 seconds, you get frostbite.
Yeah.
It was that night. She used my thumb, my fingerprint, to get into my phone. She saw like, the messages. Mm-hmm. And she even used my thumb to get into my locked gallery.
Shit.
And she saw me hooking up with these people. Well, not these people, but like this person specifically. And because like I had a lot of old other videos with my exes that doesn't fucking matter. That's why I said people at first. This specific fucking person, and I wake up, and we were drinking that night, and I wake up to the coldest slap. I'm like, what happened? She's like, you fucked her? You fucked Nicole? Damn. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, look. I'm like, and the only thing on my mind was my car has like maybe 10 miles in it.
To empty?
To empty.
Oh, okay.
It's the coldest day. I'll die. And I'm like, we'll just talk about this in the morning. I'm fucking tired. I'm pretty sure I'm still drunk. I don't want to die out there. I'm going to go back to sleep. And I turn around. And she went to another room. And then, like, the next day, I'm like, oh, that happened. So then, like, I call my friend Jose, call my friend Carlos. I'm crying. I'm like, dude, I fucked up, dude. Like, I don't even remember taking a video. I don't even remember doing that. Fuck. And then, she forgives me. Bless her heart. She forgives me.
I don't know if I could do that, man. Somebody, that's like the one thing you could do to me in a relationship where I'm like, nah. Good on her.
She decided to take all that baggage.
Use it against you.
And say, hey, I still love you. I went through a year and a half of her saying, like, I hate you, I wish you would die, fuck you, like, why are you here? Went through a year and a half of that, and I'm like, hey, can we stop this now? Like, I've proven, like, it was a mistake. Like, can we just, like, move on? And she's like, all right, fine. Like, yeah, I get you. Even then, she still didn't allow me to drink with my family. She didn't allow me to, like, go to the bars with my brother because she thought that he and they would, like, edge me to drink more, and that's not it. When I would drink, it was all on me. They just didn't care if I drank a little more. Because they're like, he's having a good time. Right. He makes his own decisions. Pretty much is what they're on about. And then one day, this is when it started going downhill again. I'm like, we're downstairs and we're playing like some pool. And we're like, oh, let's change the music. And then like, we're like by her phone and she gets a message on Snapchat. And she like swipes it up right away. And I know because like on iPhone, if you bring it back up, it's kind of the same way as like putting it sideways on an Android. It gets rid of that notification. I'm like, who was that? She's like, oh no, it's nobody. Like, don't worry about it. I'm like, who was that? Like, it's nobody. I'm like, nah, give me your phone. I want to see. She's like, no. I'm just like, give me your fucking phone. And like, I start yelling, dude. Not yelling, but I'm exclaiming. And like, I'm putting this like on Snapchat story. I'm like, hey everybody, she's cheating on me. And she's probably talking to another guy. She probably fucked him. And she's just like there, just like, hi. And I'm just like, hey. But like, don't forget, I was heated. I was drunk. So think of like her slapping me. It's kind of the equivalent.
Sure.
Of just me not hitting her, but being like, hey, what the fuck? Well, I guess not, because like,
I mean,
it's on social media. It's fucked up.
That's definitely some type of abuse for sure.
So like, then like her dad comes downstairs, and I'm just like, I'm leaving. I'm going home, and he's like, you're not driving. And I'm just like, all right, my brother's picking me up. And then like they never allowed me back at the house. Damn. But I forgave her. Because she went into the bathroom for 15 minutes while I was talking to her dad and comes out and says, you can look at my phone now.
After she deleted everything?
After she, most likely, why would she be in the bathroom?
For sure.
Fucking 15 minutes while I'm talking to her dad.
Yeah.
So, even though she caught me, I didn't catch her, but
for sure.
I pretty much caught her.
So, like, a similar situation happened when I first started dating my ex. Her and I were in like a halfway open relationship. Like neither of us were looking for anything, but like if an opportunity arose, fuck it. So my birthday rolled around, and this girl I used to hang out with, there was some feelings there, whatever, hit me up. And at first I like told my ex, like, hey, this is going on. Just wanting you to be aware of it. And they set up, like, she's like, let me talk to her. I was like, okay. They started talking to each other, and they kind of set up me and the other girl hooking up.
That's great.
I was like, I was not about it. It could cause me to have a panic attack. I was like, I don't do it. I'm a monogamy guy. Like, this just isn't for me, and I knew it. But they were talking. They seemed into it. They wanted to do stuff.
Oh, threesome-wise.
Together after the fact.
Oh.
At first, they just wanted me and this girl to hook up. And,
she stole her.
Nah. So, like, this girl and I hooked up. It was a great time, but it redefined in my mind that monogamy was for me.
Yes.
I was not about polyamory.
Yeah.
Which is fine for anybody that feels that way, but, like, it just wasn't for me.
Right, right.
That was, like, 2 months into our relationship. And I made a very small mistake during that hookup. I broke a rule. But throughout the rest of our relationship, which lasted about a year and 4 or 5 months longer after that mistake, but every single fight, every time she was annoyed with me, it'd get brought up. Every single time.
Yep, you can't, like...
And I was like, listen, this happened over a year ago. At some point, we have to move on, or...
They'll never get over it.
Right, we're never going to heal.
They will never get over it, guaranteed. The moment that happens, it's forever.
And it's not like I cheated. It was... She knew about it. She knew what was going on. But she'd still bring it up every single fight. And, like, would hold it over me whenever she needed leverage for anything. If it was like, hey, I need you to take the garbage out. Or I need you to get the kid ready for school.
Yeah.
It was, well, remember that one time? Couldn't escape it.
Well, like, I like to think of it like this. If that happens, you've now put a cut in your relationship. And you could work on it, fix it up.
For sure.
Stitch it back up. It's going to leave a scar.
Absolutely.
And like, it could be a clear room and, like, everything is perfect. That scar is going to be there forever. That scar is now inbred. It's in your relationship. So you can't unthink of that.
For sure. Every relationship has its issues. Every relationship is going to have its scars, its cuts.
It's whether you're okay with the scars.
It's the degree to which those scars are is another thing. And if you're gonna try and move on, you have to try and move on.
Exactly.
If you're there 1 foot out the door, then you're not giving 100% of your energy to fix what's wrong. And you know, my ex was the first person I had a real relationship with, and I didn't know that. So it was very like, this is just how a relationship is. I fucked up, so now that's something over me forever. Where we just couldn't talk about, like, what the deeper issue was without a bigger fight arising. We couldn't communicate, and it took me a long time to learn that. And my girlfriend now is very patient with all of that. She knows what I've been through. I've been very open with her about that part of my life. And she's very open, patient. We communicate well.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just a complete 180 of what I was going through. But I still have that relationship trauma of, like, I don't want to tell her because she's gonna fucking burn me with a cigarette or something. You know, it took a long time to get over it, and so like it's just comforting to change that. You know.
Have you ever been in a relationship where like you were like kind of, I want to say, just arguing back and forth, both of you two?
Like constantly?
Not constantly, but like the arguments were like kind of a normal thing for you guys now.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where you're just like, we're kind of arguing more than we're happy.
Yep.
Even through text message.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's terrible. Let me tell you, my ex had a box of all of the stuff that her exes gave her. And she flipped out when she knew that I had a notebook of my ex. Instead of texting between classes,
you'd write notes.
We would just be writing like, oh yeah, like, you know, like, because it was a smart way to get out of, you know, class. Be like, oh, he's writing, not on his phone.
Right.
Gonna steal that phone away. No, it was kind of just like, oh, he's just writing.
Yeah, and that's something you and your ex had.
You know, we would.
It was a little quirk in your relationship. Yeah,
we would meet up halfway, like after every class, be like, here's your notebook, like, write me something, and like, you know, we would like talk about sex. She would like, this one time she was like, oh yeah, you gave me the fucking best orgasm, and I'm like, damn right.
It's hot.
And like, dude, like, when I swear, it looked like she fucking pissed the bed because she was so fucking wet. It was crazy. Some good stuff. But
it's that big dick game right there.
It's that fucking. It's that.
Roman has a giant penis.
No, it's the motion, the strokes.
He says that, but he's got 13 inches hidden in those sweatpants.
But yeah. So like she flipped out. Like, why do you have that notebook? I'm like, it's in the basement in a corner. You have yours in your closet, and you still kind of go through it of every ex. Like, why are you going off on me? And
and it's not like you were pulling it out and reading it every night before you went to bed. You know.
Yeah.
It was just one of those things.
Orgasm.
Right.
I wish.
You know, like, it is what it is. If an ex gives you something, what are you supposed to do with it? Like, my ex gave me a comforter. Am I supposed to throw that shit away? No.
Hell no.
Hell no.
I still use some of the shit my ex is giving me right now. Right. To this day. To this day.
Right. Like, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Beneficial.
I mean, there comes a point where, like if you were pulling that notebook every night and fucking reading it, then that's an issue.
That's a different story.
That's a whole different thing.
Alright, I'm going to take a quick pause because I got to take a pee-pee. What's the pause button?
It's on there somewhere.
That's right.
Doing the clap thing again?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Alright. Sorry, we had to take a quick intermediate break. I had to pee, okay? I'm a person. I'm drinking beer. You can hear the background. It was getting a little too uncomfortable on my schlong ding dong kong King Kong.
Emphasis on the schlong King Kong.
So yeah, we were talking about relationships and like pretty much like me arguing with the notes, and you were talking about your relationship. But let's talk about happy relationships.
Whoa, yeah. Man. Now I got experience with that too.
I don't have any. Oh, okay, so my best experience with a relationship was with Jenna. Mm-hmm. I used to say the one that got away, but like that was like my best relationship.
For sure.
It was for a while. You said it was long as fuck.
Yeah.
It was like a year and a half.
I thought you guys were together way longer than that.
It was like about a year and a half.
Damn, that's crazy. I thought you guys were together forever.
And I think the thing that sucks the most is like she could be lying. She could be like, you know, trying to be mean. But I'm like, do you remember our relationship? She's like, I don't remember it at all. Like, I don't fucking know about it. I'm like, wow.
Is she like dated since?
She's dated since. Yeah, she's dated longer than me.
That's crazy. Like, I had one of those moments with somebody I used to have a thing with.
Yeah.
Where I like.
Keep talking. I'm gonna try something out.
For sure.
Yeah, keep talking.
I thought she was the one. Like from high school on, And we, we started talking again, and we were just having a conversation. And she was like, I don't really have those memories that you do. And that really put it into perspective for me. Like, a little better, yeah.
Probably fucking nothing, but like it's something that I want to try out. Yeah, keep going, bro.
Put things into perspective. Like, just because I felt that way about her doesn't necessarily mean she felt that way about me.
Yeah.
And now we're both in very happy relationships, or at least I can say on my...
And good for you.
On my end, I am, for sure.
I'm a jealous person now.
That's fair. And that's a thing, though. Like, if you have... In any relationship, friendships, your relationship with yourself, romantic relationships, you're gonna inherit qualities from those relationships. Good or bad. And it ultimately becomes part of who you are, unfortunately in some cases, fortunately in some others.
No, I believe it's human nature. You are who you, like, you not are who you hang around with, but like you pick up the stuff, If you hang around some people, you start picking up the way they talk. Start picking up on the humor, start, and you put it into yourself. It's a normal thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, I was in a pretty bad relationship before the one I'm in now, so I'm doing my best to unlearn a lot of the negatives that I inherited.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, by no means am I a perfect person.
No.
I've got my flaws, I've got my mistakes,
Yeah.
They're part of me.
Yeah.
But...
in the end, I honestly think you're a good person. Like you're cool as fuck. Like, I told you, like, you're cool. I wish we would have, like, talked more about shit in high school. And I feel like this is why I like doing the podcast, because I want to get, like, like, I was already friends with Ryan Chosnick and Ron, and, like, Violet, I had, like, understanding of how she was, but, like, we were always mutual friends. Like, we had a friendship and stuff. Mm-hmm. I wanted to start, like, bringing in, like, people that was too scared to ask.
That's not a bad idea.
Like, I don't know what fucking Jake Konashevsky's doing anymore.
Yeah, no clue.
Or
he just got married, I think.
Ryan McKnight. Devon.
Oh, yeah. Throwbacks. I haven't heard a
Momo.
lot of these names in a long time.
Momo
was cool.
Momo was cool. Like,
I always liked Momo.
I just want to, like, bring him down and sit and, like, talk about shit, Everybody that has been on this podcast has said they had a good time and it was a fun time.
Yeah.
And I hope so, and I want to keep that going.
Dude, you called me out of the blue, like, 2 years after we graduated. And I was like, I haven't talked to this guy, like, ever. Like, since, like, second grade was the last time we really, like, chopped it up, And, this was back in, like, 2017. You called me out of the blue. I was at work and couldn't answer it. But I was like, yo, are you good? What's up? And you were just like, you said the nicest thing to me. It was one of the nicest messages I've ever received.
What'd I say? I don't even remember this.
Hold on.
I don't even remember this.
I'll pull up the receipts.
Oh, shit. I don't even remember this.
But it, like...
Were you going through something?
Kind of. Like... depression and anxiety be what it is. But, like, it was just really cool that we had that interaction and we never really chopped it up. Yeah, it was March 21st of 2021. I had the date wrong.
Damn.
I said, what's up, man? I'm at work and can't talk. He said, just wanted to catch up, man. I always thought of you as a friend. That's why I called. And that was it. Like, that was the first message we sent each other. You saw how quick I found that. That was 2021. And, like, it was just cool. It, like, made me rethink, like, how we thought of each other. And it's not like I ever looked at you in a bad way. We just didn't really hang out or talk.
Yeah, and you threw a party the same day I did.
Yeah, back in first grade.
Shit.
I'm an asshole. What can I say? I need that spotlight.
but yeah, like I'm glad I sent that, and like like I always did think of you as a friend. Like you were always like, I never had anything bad to say about you.
Right, and that's what led to me hitting you up on the podcast. I was like, had you not sent that message, I never would have said anything. Never would have been like, hey man, let me get on that podcast.
Really?
Never.
You know who hit me up to be on the podcast? Levi. Levy? Nicholas?
Oh, God. What's he up to? I haven't seen him in forever. He was cool.
Yeah, he was cool as fuck. He was always the quiet type, and like the only way that I really remember him, unfortunately, is because I always saw him with Celeste.
Oh right, forgot that was
they were together for a while, and I was like, oh yeah, that's that guy with Celeste. That like, they look like they were made for each other. Because like
they're both short.
They're both short. They're both pale. They're both they. Like I hate saying it, but like he's cool. He's cool, and he wanted to be on the podcast. I'm like, oh yeah, get on the fucking podcast. So we got to schedule a date. The day that I wanted to do it was the day after the whole incident where I told you, but I was hungover as fuck, as you could tell, but because by how many drinks I told you, I'm like, no, dude, like I don't want to go anywhere. I stayed in bed all day.
Yeah,
slept
I
all
get
day.
you.
But yeah, dude. No, I did end up going to the fair that day. Later on, but so yeah, going back to the whole like bringing people in that I was scared of is because like Brandon Buse, Brandon.
Yeah.
I was kind of scared of him because he was kind of like hanging around, not like physically scared. I was more like he had a higher
social hierarchy,
popularity than I did, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to him, like I don't want to embarrass myself. But I met him at the bar like a couple years ago, and he came over and we were just fucking having a good time. We were drinking and we were like, it was fun.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying, if you are in high school and you are listening to this podcast, let me tell you, just fucking talk to somebody. If they are a dick to you, then that's bad on them.
Yeah, that's on them.
Because, like, you haven't done shit. Like, in the end, like, you guys are kids.
Right.
That's it.
At the end of the day, we're all 26 years old now, 27 years old. Like, all that shit was behind us almost 10 years ago.
Shit. Yeah, we graduated 2015, 2 years.
Right. We've all grown a lot since then.
I can't wait.
Or at least I hope so.
I really can't wait for our classroom reunion.
Yeah, you think that we're gonna have one?
I hope so.
They started planning it yet?
It's 2 years away.
Do a podcast at the fucking reunion?
Dude, yeah, I'm gonna set up my own little booth.
There you go.
Hey, no, you know what I want to do next year at the fair?
Oh shit!
I'm gonna put in for a week vacation for the day of the fair, and I just want to have my booth and be like, just like sign up for a 10-minute session on the podcast.
There you go.
And then the only payment is they have to subscribe.
It's not a bad idea.
And we could talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about.
There you go.
For 10 minutes. Get people could be like, oh, do you want to talk on the podcast for 10 minutes? It would suck if nobody wants to talk.
No, you definitely get some people. I've had interests in doing podcasts for years at this point.
Yeah.
And that's something I would have done in a heartbeat.
You said that you and your sister wanted to do a podcast, right?
Yeah. We've been talking about it since 2020, 2019. And I'd love to start a podcast. My sister's my best friend.
Yeah.
Out of everybody that hyped me up being on a podcast the first time, my sister was she watched it the moment it came out and was hyping me up.
Yeah.
She's my number one fan. I love my sister so much.
That's awesome. Yeah, good. Shout her out, man. Shout her
Ariana,
out.
love you, sister.
I love you too because you listen to the podcast. And Willie cares about you a lot. Shit, I'm gonna have to get her and you on the podcast.
I asked her to be on today, but we had some family stuff going on.
Yeah, it was last minute. It was last minute.
Yeah, but she definitely wants to do it. So
it's
anytime you need people, me and my sister will do it.
It's a fun fucking time.
It's a good time.
All right, so I'm gonna transgress a little bit.
For sure.
So with the high school reunion, there is the reason why I want to. It's kind of fucked up on me to do this. Like, there's somebody right now that I am really into, that like I want a relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you.
From high school?
No.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you what happened. She messaged me saying, "Hey, I'm cause she's busy. I'm busy. We have our own lives.
Right.
That's the thing." She messaged me I think a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, saying, "Hey, I'm at this bar. Can you come pick me up? Like, I don't want to be here till like closing and my friends do." And I'm like, "All right, what's your where are you at?
What bar are you at?" Yeah.
And she said, "I'm at Bobblehead's Pub.
Never heard of it.
It's in Janesville."
Oh shit, that's why I've never heard of it.
So I'm like, it's an hour 15 away. All right, fuck it. Like, because I really care about this person.
Yeah, good on you, man.
I really care about this person. So I'm driving. We're talking on the phone. She's like, "You've been my day one. Like, you're awesome. Like, you're being respectful." And I'm like, "Yeah, like, you're cool as fuck too. Like, thank you. Like, why are you so awesome?" And like, I'm driving, dude. Like, I'm driving. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I was speeding a little bit. I was going like about 100 miles.
Sure.
I was going a little 100 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. I left like at 11:30, I believe. So by the time I get there, it's like no, I left at 12, and I got there like at 1.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm right here. I'm at Bobblehead's Pub. The sign says Bobblehead's Pub." And she's like, "Oh, I don't see you." I'm like, "Oh, do you see my lights flashing?" I'm like, and I'm pressing my brakes, you know. Mm-hmm. And she's like, "Oh yeah, like I see you." She's like, "All right, bye." And she says bye, and her friends drive off somewhere else. And then she's like, I'm like, "Where are you at?" She's like, "I don't see you." I'm like, "Send me your location, not just the address that you were at." Mm-hmm. And she sends me the location, and it's another hour away.
Damn.
So I'm like, "Oh, fuck." At this point, she's by herself. She's in the streets. Her friends aren't there anymore.
Right.
And it's a place where, like, her phone is kind of going, like she wasn't even, like, the best service from what I believe. Uh-huh. So I'm like, "Oh, fuck." So I'm driving 130 miles an hour, dude.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going through, like, a mile every fucking 20 seconds because Janesville's scary.
Oh, yeah.
A beautiful girl in the middle of the fucking streets next to a bar. She was telling me, like, there's some guys that are, like, just keep looking at me and they're trying to talk to me. So I'm like, fuck. So I'm driving 130 miles. I made that hour-long drive last, like, maybe 25, 30 minutes.
Damn. Hauling ass.
Yeah, because I wanted, like, at this point, like, I didn't care if, like, you know, she was coming over. I wanted to make sure that she was safe. I wanted to make sure that she got home okay. So then, I'm like, "Hey, I'm like 10 miles away. I'm like 5 minutes. Where are you at?" She's like, "I got a hold of my somebody, can't say, her daughter. I'm going home." And I'm like, "Okay, that's great." But I still went there just to make sure that she was gone.
Right.
They didn't want to, like, make, like, you know. So then I'm like, "All right, cool." search up my own address. I'm like, she's heading home. Let me search up my address, and it was another 45 minutes away.
Damn.
So I'm like, fuck. So then I drove 45 minutes away, and I was mad. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't mad. I was upset. At first, I was mad for like maybe 20 seconds. I was just yelling like, fuck, shit, fuck, because I went to the wrong spot. And then after this, I'm like, I like long drives. I don't mind driving I like long drives. Mm-hmm. I get to play my music, get to smoke my cigarette, and I'm just like driving. I get home and it's like 3:30 in the morning.
Damn.
And like, the mistake was, she was drunk, and when I asked, she said bobbleheads. So I searched up bobbleheads, and it was in Muskego, Wisconsin.
Oh.
By fucking Milwaukee.
Damn.
See, this is when it's fucked up, because the bar still said bobbleheads up top. Mm-hmm. But on the website, it's now called fucking Infinity.
Fuck.
So they changed it on the website before they changed the fucking building sign.
Damn.
So it was just a bunch of miscommunication.
So you said you want to be in a relationship with this woman, correct?
I wouldn't mind. She's fucking awesome, and I like being around her, and she's cool as fuck. And also, she is gorgeous.
Yeah? She watched the podcast?
She does watch the podcast.
You asked her out yet?
No.
Do it right now.
I'm not going to do that.
Do it right now. Ask her out on the podcast.
I'm not going to do it right now.
Fucking lame.
I'm not going to do it.
Yo, she watches a podcast. Ask her out.
No, I can't do that. I can't do that. As much as I want to, it's something that has to be personal.
Fair enough.
It's like me making a huge proposal, but she doesn't want that.
That makes sense. How you talking to this girl? You talk to her a lot?
We've been talking since before I even bought this house. We've been talking since 8 months.
So what's the deal? Ask her out.
Well, the thing is we never really hung out just by ourselves either. That's the thing.
You gotta make that step. This is something you want. You gotta ask her out.
She did say that she was upset that, how Girlfriend's Day was not too long ago. She was upset that I didn't call her and stuff, but I'm like, we're not together, but I'm sorry. Because I'm trying to be respectful. She has her life, I have my life.
Sure.
And she's busy. She's busy with her family.
Hey, I get it. When I started dating my current girlfriend, I was very big. I bowl 3 times a week. I coach bowling for the middle school. But I wanted to make that time, So any moment I had.
Yeah.
It was, hey, let's hang out.
I feel you, because I feel like if you want to make time for somebody, you're gonna make that time.
Exactly. So make that time. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah,
go be happy. What are you afraid of?
I'm not afraid of anything. I'm afraid of how she feels. She said it, but she was also drunk when she said it.
Well, I mean, that goes back to the earlier conversation of, are you while you're drunk? Yeah, a little bit. I'm sure that little bit is what gave her the courage. Being drunk is what gave her the courage to be like, hey, ask me out.
Well, I did talk to her, and I'm like, hey, did you mean everything you said? And she's like, oh, I was drunk. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, I can't be saying that because my thoughts and feelings that I have inside, I can't, I shouldn't have called you because I need to keep those in. I'm just like, oh.
Sounds like she's got some stuff to work through too.
I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I'm not gonna judge her.
No, there's no judgment. Just everybody's got stuff to work through.
I know I got stuff to work through.
Yeah. It's just whether or not you can be in a relationship and work through that.
Yeah, so like, I'm like, my main goal throughout all of last year and this year was to buy a house.
You did it.
I bought the house.
You bought the house. Now what?
And that's what I was thinking for a while too. For the first like couple of weeks, I'm like, now what? Now what? Pay off the house? I'm like, no, that sounds unhappy. So,
Yeah, I mean, and that's gonna take you, even if you work 7 days a week, fucking 80 hours a week, that's still gonna take you 20 years to pay off a house.
So
what are you gonna do to make yourself happy in the meantime?
I think I am ready for a relationship. I personally do. I'm by like that's what makes me second guess myself. Am I only thinking of this because I am by myself a lot more? I'm not around my family. I'm not like, as soon as work ends, I come here. On my days off, I come here. I see my family, on Tuesdays, but like for like 2 hours, and then I come home and I'm by myself again. Do you think that's why I'm thinking I'm ready for a relationship, for somebody to be around?
Not necessarily. Like, if you were just doing it for somebody to talk to, you'd just be hooking up with whoever. You wouldn't be thinking about a relationship.
True.
If you really weren't looking for companionship and you just wanted to not be alone, you'd be hooking up. You'd be podcasting every day of the week.
Yeah.
You're probably ready for a relationship.
I feel
and
like
it's
I am
scary,
ready.
but
I feel like I am ready.
It's a good place to be.
A relationship, you never know if it's gonna work unless you do the relationship.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. I want to. I really do. Don't get me wrong. But.
And you can't be scared of it not working.
No, that's not it.
Because at the end of the day, even if it doesn't work, even if it's a shitty relationship, worst relationship you've ever had, you're going to take something from it for the next one.
I don't hate any of my relationships. Because personally, I believe, this is my own thing, if something that made me smile and laugh and be happy, why would I hate it?
At least for a moment, yeah, sure.
I don't hate anything.
I want with every fiber of like, I've only had 2 serious girlfriends. And I want with every fiber of my being to hate my ex. I just can't.
Yeah.
I don't.
And that's okay.
Sure. Because, like I was kind of saying earlier, is at the end of the day, even having gone through a bad relationship, I learned from it. I grew as a person.
Yeah, of course.
And now I'm able to be with the person I am now and appreciate the things that I might not have appreciated before.
Exactly.
That's
what's so important about relationships. Like, not just, it doesn't have to be just like a relationship like with girlfriend boyfriend. It could be just like any relationship.
Yeah, any friendship, even your relationship with yourself. How do you think of yourself? What, like, if you were outside of your body, what would you think of yourself?
I think I'm a good person.
And I think that's what everybody should strive to see. If you can step out of your body and think objectively, yeah, that's a good dude, nothing else matters.
Yeah. Because, like, honestly, I am a pretty good... You're a good person, too. You're a fucking good-ass person.
Thank you.
Mayor.
Mayor, we're still running 2026, I think.
When is the voting?
2026, I think.
2026?
Yeah.
Because even if I live in Rockford, I can still vote.
Not in Belvidere.
Fuck! I can't vote for you?
No. Yeah. But they make it really hard to figure out how to, like, run for something. I've been doing research on research, and there is no, like, Boone County government information. Like, if you go to the Boone County website, there's nothing on how to run for anything. If you go to the Belvidere website, there's nothing on how to run for anything.
Damn.
And that should be what's being promoted the most. If these people that are in office are objectively trying to make change for the betterment of the community, they shouldn't be afraid of opposition. Say I did get elected mayor. I'd welcome any ideas that oppose mine.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what I'm in it for is to make Belvidere a better place to live. And if there are ideas that aren't mine that do that, I absolutely welcome it.
Yeah.
If there's another candidate that is better than me, by all means, I hope they beat me. Because at the end of the day, I just want to see the community that I lived in, that I grew up in, be a better place to live, a more accepting place for all sorts of people, and just people be proud to be from there, you know?
Yeah. Mess with the police a little bit.
There's a lot of work that needs to be done with that police department. I agree with that.
Shit. So when did you want to start running for mayor?
So, oh God, it goes back a while. So I was like probably 10 years old when really got into like politics and how government worked. And my grandma would always say, one day you're going to be mayor of Belvidere. At 10 years old. I was that, like, into it.
Yeah.
So ever since then, that's been a very big goal of mine. I've been into politics and how government functions for about as long as I can remember. Easily 2/3 of my life.
Damn.
Yeah. I just turned 26, so it's been a long time. And
yeah, well, I said happy birthday, but happy birthday to Willie on the podcast. Oh my goodness. Oh shit. Oh shit. That was fun. That was fun. What did we do? What the fuck did we just do?
I don't know. I fucking dig it though. That's funky.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
All right. I think that's a good place to end it, to be honest with you. Yeah.
I'm good with that.
All right. Well, thanks for coming and listening to the How You Doing podcast. Thank you for liking, subscribing, comment, share it. Subscribing only takes 5 seconds. Please subscribe. Subscribing means that Willie has a bigger chance of being mayor of Belvidere.
Thanks.
And it would mean the world for all of us if Willie has become mayor. So, all right. Thank you. See you later, guys. Thanks, Willie, for coming on. Anything you want to plug up before you head out?
Look for me on the ballots in 2026. That's pretty much it.
All right. We're going to see you later, guys. Suck my dick.